The woman next door asked me a question I could not answer. "Who was standing at your window last night?" I told her she must have seen a shadow. The building is old. The light in the alley flickers. That is what I tell people. I do not tell them about the water. The hot tap runs cold. The cold tap runs warm. No one in the building smokes. The building has a no smoking policy. I checked. I went into the hallway at 2 a.m. The smoke was not. Week 4. The note under my door. I saw you in the window at 3 a.m. You were not alone. I did not leave the water running. I checked my sink. Dry. I checked my shower. They sent it in 3 days. Between the frames, a shape. Dark. Standing beside my bed. I deleted the footage. I packed the camera. I decided to leave. I would break the lease. I would pay the penalty. I reached for my keys. They were not on the hook. I checked my bag. Not there. I checked the floor. Not there. I checked the kitchen counter, the bathroom, the bedroom. Nothing. My keys were gone. The keyring with the building fob, the fob that lets me out the front door. Without it, I cannot leave. I called the building manager. No answer. I called Mrs. Harlow next door. No answer. I called the police. The dispatcher said someone would come. No one came. I sat on the floor, my back against the door. I waited. At 2 a.m., I heard the footsteps. From the apartment above, the one that has been vacant for 2 years. Heavy. Slow. Walking in circles. Then the smell came back. Cigarette smoke. Stronger now. Not from the vent. From the wall. From the wall between my apartment and the vacant unit next door. I put my ear to the wall. I heard breathing. Not mine. Slower. Deeper. A chest expanding and contracting on the other side of the plaster. I pulled back. The wall was warm. I touched it. The heat was even, like a body had been pressed against it for hours. I walked to the door. I opened it. The hallway was dark. The light at the end was off. I looked at the door to the vacant unit, 4C. The door was open. I did not go in. I closed my door. I locked it. I pushed a chair against it. I checked my phone. 2:07 a.m. I had been in the hallway for less than a minute. But the floor number on the wall had changed. I live on the 4th floor. The sign said floor 3. I walked to the stairwell. The sign there said floor 2. I walked down. Floor 1. I walked down. Basement. I walked down. The stairs continued. There is no floor below the basement. The stairs continued. I stopped. I did not go further. I went back up. Floor 1. Floor 2. Floor 3. Floor 4. My apartment. The door was open again. The chair was moved. I did not go inside. I walked to the front door, the main exit. I pushed the bar. The door did not open. I pushed again. Nothing. The door was locked. The fob was gone. I went back to my apartment. I closed the door. I sat on the floor. The footsteps stopped. The smell stopped. The wall cooled. Everything was quiet. Then I heard a voice, from the vacant unit, from the other side of the wall, a voice I did not recognize, a voice that knew my name. "Maya, you left something in the wall, behind the bookshelf. Come get it." I did not move. I did not breathe. I just listened. The voice spoke again, closer now. "I have been here for 7 years. No one knows. No one comes. No one asks. You were the first person who noticed the water. The first person who checked the meters. The first person who looked. I put my hand on the wall. The plaster was warm again. I could feel the vibration of the voice through the wood. They sealed me in. The landlord, the manager. They changed the locks. They painted the door. They told everyone the unit was vacant. But I never left. I am still here. I have been watching through the walls, listening through the pipes, breathing through your vents. I pulled my hand back. The wall was hot now. The paint was bubbling. You can hear me. You can feel me. You are the first one in 7 years. That means something. That means you are like me. You notice things. You check the meters. You read the lease. You do not accept easy answers. I stood up. I walked to the bookshelf. I moved it away from the wall. Behind the bookshelf, the plaster was cracked. A hole. Not big, just enough to see through. I put my eye to the hole. Darkness. Then movement. A shape. Human-shaped. Sitting on the floor, against the wall, on the other side, looking back at me. I could not see a face. I could not see clothes, just eyes. Reflecting the light from my room. You see me, the voice said. Now I see you. I stepped back. The wall cracked. The plaster fell. A hand came through. Pale, thin, fingers too long, reaching for me. I ran to the door. I pushed the chair aside. I opened the door. The hallway was normal. The lights were on. The sign said floor 4. I ran to the stairwell. I ran down. Floor 3. Floor 2. Floor 1. The front door. I pushed the bar. It opened. I ran outside. The air was cold. The street was empty. I kept running. I did not stop until I reached the main road. I did not look back. I am in a hotel now. I am not going back to that building. I broke the lease. I paid the penalty. I do not care about the money. The police went to the building. They entered the vacant unit. They found nothing. No furniture. No person. No hand-shaped hole in the wall. The wall was solid. The plaster was new. The building manager said the unit has been vacant for 7 years. He said no one has been inside. He said the wall has never been opened. I asked about the utility records, the water and heat usage, the double average. The manager said the records were a mistake, a computer error. He said the city corrected them. I checked the records again. They were normal. My usage only. No overnight activity. No double average. I went back to the building last week. I wanted to see the wall. I wanted to prove to myself that it was real. The door to the vacant unit was locked. A new lock, a shiny lock. I asked the manager for the key. He said no. I went to the basement instead. The door was unlocked. I walked down the stairs. The basement was empty. Concrete floor, concrete walls, a single light bulb. In the corner, a pile of old furniture, a chair, a table, a bookshelf. Behind the bookshelf, a hole in the wall. Plaster on the floor. Fresh. I put my hand in the hole. The space behind was warm. I felt something. Paper. I pulled it out. A photograph. Old. Worn. A picture of a woman, sitting on a bed, in a room I did not recognize. The woman was me. I turned the photograph over. On the back, a date. 7 years ago. Before I moved to this city. Before I knew this building existed. I do not know how the photograph got there. I do not know who took it. I do not know why it was behind the wall. But I know the woman in the photograph is wearing the same clothes I have on now. The same shirt, the same jeans, the same watch. I checked my watch. It stopped at 2 a.m. I do not remember it stopping. I do not remember winding it. I do not remember buying it. I think I am going to move again. Another city, another apartment, another fresh start. But I think I will find the photograph there, too, in the wall, behind the bookshelf, waiting for me. Because I think the person in the vacant unit was right. I notice things. I check the meters. I read the lease. I do not accept easy answers. And that is why I am still here. Still watching. Still being watched. The phone rang at 11:47 p.m. I was sitting in the dark kitchen, listening to the old man breathe in the next room. His name is Harold. He is 78. He has dementia. His wife died 12 years ago. His daughter asked me to check on him for 1 week. That was 3 weeks ago. I stayed because he has no one else. The caller ID said Megan. Megan is his daughter, my friend, the one who asked me to come. I answered. "Hi, Megan," I said. "Is everything okay?" "Everything is fine," she said. Her voice was wrong. Not the pitch, not the accent, something underneath. A flatness, like someone reading a transcript of a conversation they had never been in. "I just wanted to check in," she said. "How is Dad doing?" "He's okay," I said. "He ate dinner, he took his pills, he's sleeping now." "That's good," she said. "That's very good." There was a pause. Then she said something that stopped my blood. "Tell me where you keep the keys to the basement." "I have never been in the basement. Harold told me not to go down there. The door is locked. I do not have a key." Megan has never asked about the basement before. Megan does not know there is a basement. I never told her. "Why do you need to know that?" I asked. The line was silent for a long time. Then the voice spoke again. It was still Megan's voice, but the words were not hers. "The old man knows. He has been keeping it from me. But you are different. You are new. You do not know what to hide." I hung up. I called Megan back. The phone rang. She answered. "Hey," she said. Her voice was normal. Warm. Tired. "What's up?" "Did you just call me?" I asked. "No," she said. "I've been in bed for an hour. Why?" I did not tell her. I said I must have dreamed it. I said I was tired. I said goodnight. I told myself it was stress. I have been under a lot of stress lately. The old man's dementia, the long hours, the isolation. Stress does things to your perception. Denial 1. I went to check on Harold. He was sitting up in bed. His eyes were open. He was not sleeping. He was staring at the wall. "Harold," I said, "are you okay?" He did not answer. He just kept staring. "Did you hear the phone ring?" I asked. He turned his head. Slowly. His neck made a sound like dry paper. He looked at me. His eyes were clear. Too clear. The dementia was gone. For a moment, he was lucid. "That wasn't Megan," he said. "Megan stopped calling 3 years ago. That was something else. It sounds like her. It knows her voice. But it is not her." He lay back down. He closed his eyes. He was gone again. I did not sleep that night. I sat in the kitchen and watched the door to the basement, the one Harold told me not to open. The one I did not have a key for. The next morning, I found the keys on the kitchen table. I did not put them there. Harold cannot walk to the kitchen. His legs do not work. There were 3 keys on a brass ring. One was old, iron, rusted. The others were new, shiny. I tried the old key in the basement door. It fit. The lock turned. I did not open the door. I took the key out. I put the keys back on the table. I went to make breakfast. The bookmark in my book had moved. I was reading a novel, a mystery. Someone dies on page 147. I was on page 102. The bookmark was on page 147. The page where the death is described. A woman, strangled, in a basement. I told myself it was the previous tenant. They must have left the window unlocked. I never checked all of them. Denial_2. I checked the windows, all locked. I checked the doors, all locked. I checked the basement door, still locked. The key was still on the table. That afternoon, I smelled something. Cooking. Meat and onions and herbs, coming from the kitchen. I walked in. The stove was off. The oven was cold. But the smell was there. Strong. Familiar. Harold's favorite meal. His wife used to make it. She has been dead for 12 years. I went to Harold's room. He was awake. He was crying. "She made it for me," he said. "I can smell it. She is here." "Who is here?" I asked. He looked at me. His eyes were wet. "The thing in the basement. It learns. It learns voices. It learns smells. It learns faces. It has been learning for 30 years. It almost has hers." I did not go back to the kitchen. I sat in the living room. I tried to call Megan. The call did not connect. I tried again. No signal. I checked my phone. The SIM card was gone. The tray was empty. I had not removed it. No one had been in the room with me. I was trapped. No phone, no way to call for help. The old man could not walk. The doors were locked. The windows were locked. The basement's door was locked. But I had the key. I put the key in my pocket. I sat on the sofa. I waited. At 2 a.m., the phone rang. Not my phone, the landline, on the wall in the kitchen. I did not know it still worked. I walked to the kitchen. I picked up the receiver. "Hello?" "Sarah." My name, in Megan's voice. "You have the key. You need to open the door. The thing in the basement is hungry. It has been waiting for a long time." "Who is this?" I asked. "You know who this is. You have known since the first call. You just did not want to admit it." I looked at the basement door. The key was in my pocket. I could feel it. Warm. Too warm. "Do not open it," Harold said. He was standing in the doorway of his room. Standing. He could not stand. But he was standing. "It is trying to trick you. It needs someone to open the door. It cannot open it from the inside." I took the key out of my pocket. I held it in my palm. The metal was hot, burning. "It is not Megan," Harold said. "Megan is gone. She has been gone. The thing took her voice years ago. It has been practicing. It is almost ready." The phone clicked. A new voice. Harold's voice. Coming from the receiver. "Sarah, open the door. I am in here. I have been in here for years. The thing outside is not me. It took my face. It took my voice. Please, open the door." I looked at Harold. He was standing in the doorway. His face was pale. His eyes were wide. "Do not listen to it," he said. "That is what it does. It learns, it copies, it becomes, and when it is ready, it comes out." The phone spoke again. My own voice. "Sarah, open the door. You are in here. You have always been in here. The you outside is not you. It is wearing your skin. Please, let me out." I dropped the receiver. It hit the floor. The voice kept talking. My voice. Begging. Pleading. Crying. I ran to the basement door. I put the key in the lock. I turned it. The lock clicked. The door opened. Darkness. Cold air. The smell of wet earth and old paper. And something else. Something warm. Something alive. I looked into the basement. There was a light at the bottom of the stairs. A single bulb hanging from a wire. It flickered. In the light, I saw a room. Empty. Concrete walls. Concrete floor. And a phone. On the floor. Ringing. I walked down the stairs. 1 step. 2 steps. 3. The door closed behind me. The lock clicked. I did not turn around. I kept walking. The phone stopped ringing. The light went out. I am in the dark. I do not know how long I have been here. Hours. Days. The walls are warm. The floor is soft. I can hear breathing. Not mine. Slower. Deeper. The thing that was in the basement is not here anymore. It left when I came in. I think I am the thing in the basement now. I think I am supposed to wait. I think I am supposed to learn. Voices. Smells. Faces. Until I am ready. The phone is ringing again. I can see it in the dark. The screen is glowing. The caller ID says Sarah. My name. My number. I am not going to answer. I am not going to learn. I am not going to become. I am just going to sit here. In the dark. Until the phone stops ringing. It has been ringing for a long time. I think it will ring forever.